Nobody, and I mean nobody, that I know gets the coleslaw. What is going on, everybody? I know you missed me. I'm sorry. Life happens. Lots of craziness. We won't get into that right now. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to go deep into the taco history. We're going straight history of Raising Cane's. Let me tell y'all something real quick. I know I talk a lot. All right. But when I was in college, the original Raising Cane's, the only Raising Cane's in the country, was 2 minutes from my dorm room. Can I tell you how many times I was sitting in the drive-thru at 2:30 in the morning? Probably where about 80 pounds came from. But we're going to go through what it was like back then, what it's like now. Check it out. See what the differences are. Have a good time. Miss y'all. Going to try to be back. I promise. But either way, here we go. All right. History of Cane's.
Truth about the history of Raising Cane's, the beloved chicken finger restaurant that has grown into a nationwide chain.
All right. First things first. Let me get back to that.
Raising Cane's, the beloved chicken.
Nobody, and I mean nobody, that I know gets the coleslaw. Got to be a crazy person. I don't think I don't think they have coleslaw. Just saying.
Finger restaurant that has grown into a nationwide chain.
I will say this. I feel like back in the day, you got you had the choice of the box or a sandwich. That was it. You got the fries and everything. But I feel like it came with 5 strips, and now I believe the box comes with 4. Then they got a little one that's like 3. Then I think the Caniac's like 5 or 6. But it definitely came with more, and they were definitely bigger and cheaper.
Started as a simple concept in a college classroom. Todd Graves and his friend Craig were passionate about creating a restaurant that specialized.
That ketchup? What in the world are they doing? Look, I'm going to apologize right now. This is an AI generated, I think, thing, and I don't know what it is. That guy that just showed Craig, I'm pretty sure he got bought out by Todd after the second one opened for 6 figures. His part would now be worth $11 billion.
In one straightforward dish.
Billion.
But their idea was initially rejected as being too simple. Undeterred, Todd and Craig continued to work towards their dream, even taking on risky jobs to save up the money they needed to open up their restaurant. Their perseverance paid off when Raising Cane's became an immediate success, and the chain now has over 500.
All right, y'all see that the brick wall over there with the logo? He was actually tearing apart the original one in Baton Rouge over by campus, and it was an old bakery, I guess, was there at some point in the life, and I guess the logo kind of looked like that. So he was like, use that as inspiration. Pretty cool, I thought. Which is why it's always got the broken brick wall around it. I think it's pretty awesome. Obviously, Raising Cane, I'm sure everybody knows this, but that was his yellow lab. I think there's a lot. I think he just gets it, when they pass away.
Raising Cane's and discover the determination.
It kind of motivated me to get one. I had a yellow lab named Boudreaux, and that was probably part of the reason.
That went into creating one of the most beloved fast food chains in the country. Todd Graves and his friend Craig created Raising Cane's, a motivational story. When Todd was asked to come up with a business idea for a class project, he was excited to have a chance to plan out his restaurant concept and receive input from a professor. Todd had always wanted to open up his own restaurant. To cut costs and guarantee consistency, Todd...
Look, Cane's, the chicken, I love it. But I gotta have the sauce. Have you ever had a chicken finger from Cane's without the sauce? I don't know. There's no seasoning. It's not spicy. It's kind of boring. Fries are good. Bread, the toast is amazing. Get the toast, put your chicken finger in there with French fries on top, pour a little sauce. Oh, baby.
Todd and Craig jointly came up with the concept of a restaurant that specialized in a single straightforward dish. They decided to go with chicken fingers as their final product. Todd and Craig submitted their project to their professor after spending many long days planning and preparing it, only to receive the lowest grade in class.
I don't think they got an F.
Given the fierce competition from established fast food chains like KFC and Popeyes, the professor dismissed their idea as being too straightforward and too unlikely to be successful. Todd and
that's
Craig
like the best part.
Unfazed and wouldn't give up on their dream. Todd started requesting money from banks, but he kept getting turned down.
I'm pretty sure he ends up going to be a salmon fisherman or something in Alaska, saving up a bunch of money, and that's how it all got cranked up. It's pretty cool.
He remained committed to realizing his dream, though. He went to work in Southern California as a Boilermaker to get the money he needed to open his restaurant.
Did not know
Todd
that.
opened his first Raising Cane's restaurant in Baton Rouge, Louisiana in 1996. His perseverance finally paid off. Raising Cane's was an immediate
That's not the original, by the way.
success, despite
Original, long hallway, little wooden bar with everybody's names engraved in it that help open and build the bar. Tiniest place on the planet. 2:30 a.m. after the bar. Taco was there, baby. You leave Sports / Reggie's, Fred's, wherever. Stop by the Canes, 2 minutes from the dorm.
business world's initial skepticism. Because the high caliber of the food and the commitment of the staff, the chain now has over 500 locations.
I will say this, the chicken quality is very good. There's no fakeness going on, that's for sure.
Adored by customers everywhere. As a Boilermaker, Todd was required to travel through California to fix steam boilers, boiler furnaces, and boiler frames. He put in a lot of overtime, but by eating at In-N-Out during his breaks, he was still able to save money for his dream.
Didn't know he ate at
limited
In-N-Out.
selection of burger options offered by this fast food restaurant chain, Todd decided to open.
Fun fact, Taco, never been to In-N-Out. I'm sure most of y'all have over there on the West Coast. We don't have them here. I think I heard somebody said they were getting one in Memphis. I don't know.
His own fast food establishment. He discovered, though, that it was taking longer than he had
Is that Cruel Intentions? God, man, that movie's like from 96 or something, right? 94?
anticipated to save up for his dream. Todd eventually discovered the lucrative but hazardous job of Alaskan commercial salmon fishing.
I knew that.
He made the risky decision to relocate to Alaska and work as a fisherman. Even though the job required long hours and difficult working conditions, the pay made it all worthwhile. To achieve his goal of opening.
Let me tell y'all something real quick. Little interruption here. He needs to own the New Orleans Saints. Come on, Todd.
His own restaurant.
Make it off.
Todd saved up the majority of his income and persisted through difficult circumstances. Todd finally managed to save up enough cash for the purchase of a shuttered bakery near Louisiana State University after years of graft.
I don't think it was a bakery when he took it over. I think it was a bakery like a long time before. And whatever.
He intended to open a chicken.
The AI and the ketchup. But what is going on? Is this like a knockoff AI? Is this like the Aldi of AI? I don't know.
Finger serving establishment because he thought college students would enjoy it. He soon discovered, though, that the building required significant
Okay, those are the cleanest overalls I've ever seen in my entire life.
repairs that he had not budgeted for. He decided to handle the renovations himself, in keeping with the mission of the trip. Thankfully, Todd had the support.
Don't get me wrong. Sometimes this AI stuff, it's pretty cool. Okay, but sometimes it's like they got a lot of work to do before I have to worry about it taking my job.
Of his friend, including Craig from Louisiana, who helped him with the challenging task of building his restaurants. They labored in the warehouse day after day, starting from scratch to demolish walls, replace floorboards, and set up necessary restaurant equipment. They discovered the original brick bearing the logo of the bakery that had once occupied the warehouse during the process, which Todd decided to save and use as an inspiration for the logo of his restaurant.
Yep.
Todd initially thought about calling his eatery Sockeyes Chicken Fingers,
After the fish.
he had hunted in Alaska to raise money for his venture. The plan was, however, unanimously rejected by his friends because they felt it was an inappropriate name for a chicken finger restaurant. Eventually, a friend came up with the brilliant idea of naming the eatery Raising Cane's in honor of Todd's beloved golden retriever, who had started frequenting
Golden retriever. Definitely not a golden retriever. That's a yellow lab.
the warehouse and cheering everyone
Once
up.
again, AI ain't taking my job anytime soon.
Raising Cane's will serve as a name and mascot of Todd's new restaurant because he thought the concept was great. When Todd was only 24 years old, the first Raising Cane's restaurant finally opened its doors in 1996
FYI, that's not the original.
after a lot of effort and dedication. On the day of the restaurant's opening, the neighborhood
That's not either. That's got a Texas flag. What? Worst AI.
showed overwhelmingly strong support, and the place was crowded with patrons eager to try the chicken fingers. The restaurant initially intended
You know what's really going to make me mad about this? I want to go back after this video, after we're done watching. I want to see how many views this has. That's going to make me throw up because I'm going to be lucky to get 100 on this.
to close at a reasonable hour, but due to the massive influx of customers, it stayed open until 3:30 a.m. Todd worked in a variety of
I was there
capacities on the
a
first
lot.
day his restaurant was open, including fry cook, cashier, and manager. He evaluated his company after the productive day in the hopes that it was a precursor to future success. He also wondered if the high demand had been
The most knockoff AI video I've ever seen in my life.
noticed by his previous business professor, who had rejected the idea. Todd's restaurant had a simple menu that included chicken fingers made with the best chicken possible and served with Texas toast.
What was that?
That included chicken fingers made with the best chicken possible and served with Texas
That is not toast and canes.
toast, coleslaw, crinkle cut fries, and a secret sauce.
I'm sorry. WTF is that? Oh, make some spaghetti with some chicken strips.
Todd wanted to give his staff a comfortable and enjoyable working environment. They were allowed to wear casual clothing and bring their own music into the store. Todd believed that by putting employees' happiness first, his staff would provide better customer
Tell you,
service.
he is
This
good
strategy
people.
worked well.
And he's
Customers were pleased with the staff's friendliness. Raising Cane's standing
What was that?
increased, and they were able to obtain a loan from a small business association
I
to
think,
support their growth.
if I remember right, he made like $40 in his first month. Which, not gonna lie, for a new business first month like that, turning any sort of profit after paying everybody, pretty impressive.
Despite serving as CEO, Todd stayed on staff at the mothership, the first store, and named his best friend Craig as co-CEO to help with growth. Raising Cane's made a $30 profit in its first month of operation, which thrilled Todd and proved
Look,
the
I was
viability
close.
of
I
its
was up by
business model.
$10. Hey, real quick, you're still here. Thank you. Sorry the AI thing sucks, but look, y'all are new. Sub to the channel for me. Throw me a like. Come on, hit the button.
Todd was able to do this and still have money left over after paying the building's mortgage, the restaurant's expenses, and employee wages. Todd suggested using the famous Bob Marley song, One Love, as Raising Cane's
One
slogan,
love.
which eventually became trademarked in 2005
One
because of their mutual love of chicken fingers
Let's
and Bob Marley.
get
Todd's philanthropy and the
together.
welcoming workplace culture at Raising
Not a
Cane's
gold retriever
helped the
AI.
business
That's a
grow
yellow
and
lab.
prosper. However, 56 Hope Road Music, a business run by Bob Marley's heirs, filed a lawsuit against Raising Cane's in 2013 for using the One Love slogan without their consent.
I did not know that.
While 56 Hope Road Music had control over One Love in other contexts due to their own trademark, Todd was able to successfully trademark it for use in some contexts for Raising Cane's. This arrangement worked out well for many years until 56 Hope Road Music filed a lawsuit against Todd. Todd was particularly upset about this because he was a huge fan of Bob Marley's music, and his company's slogan, which appeared in many advertisements, was in jeopardy. Beginning in December
Deep
2013,
scam
Todd
going
met
on
with
right here.
Bob Marley's daughter on a regular basis in an effort to reach a settlement. Finally, they were able to reach a mutual beneficial agreement in May
Unbelievable.
2014 that allowed both parties to continue using the term One Love.
The AI just triggered a deep fake alert for me.
When the lawsuit was over, Todd was relieved because he could put his legal issues behind him and concentrate on growing his restaurants. However, he would soon have to deal with an even bigger threat to his company. As a result of Todd's success with Raising Cane's, the company was eventually expanded across the country, first to the Midwest, then to Southern California, the place where he had first started saving money for his dream. He had been inspired by the California-based fast
I
food
didn't know it went all the way to California. I think I remember seeing that they had one like in Dubai or something like that over there. Pretty crazy. We were in Boston about 2 years ago, and we were looking for the Marathon Monument. You know, to check it out. We're walking, and we're like, "Oh, grand opening of a Cane's! Holy crap! They got a Cane's all the way in Boston." I was mind blown. Kept walking. Hey, where's the monument? I don't know. Look on the map. Go back. The reason we missed the Boston Marathon Monument is because we were talking about the Cane's that sits right there in front of it. Priority.
chain in and out, so this gave him great joy. Raising Cane's thrived despite a lawsuit and subsequent settlement. Todd saw an opportunity to grow his business in the Middle East, but he first personally altered the recipe to make it halal compliant. Raising Cane's opened its first location.
Shout out
in
Mad
Kuwait,
Max.
and the chain quickly expanded throughout the area. In 2020, Raising
Hey,
Cane's was doing well, but
if
the
anybody from over there can give me one of those, a t-shirt with that logo on it, hit me up.
sector was decimated by the COVID-19 pandemic. Sales were down 30% despite the popularity of their drive-thrus,
That
endangering
drive-through
the
was
viability
freaking
of the
packed.
company's business model.
So,
Todd consequently made the challenging choice to forgo his salary for
look, speaking of, you can get, by the way, this is totally random. It has nothing to do with the video. If you don't like the breaded chicken fingers, I think you can get them. You can get them naked. You just have to ask them, and they'll fry you some up that are non-breaded, a little bit better for you. I don't know. Still gonna have the sauce though, because other than that, there's no seasoning.
year and concentrate on maintaining his employees'
They
employment.
claim they're
Raising
seasoned, but I
Cane's
don't think
modified its marketing strategy to highlight its ability to serve food through drive-thrus and improved safety.
Like, don't get me wrong, love Cane's, but I'm gonna have to. I give the slight edge to Zaxby with the buffalo. Just saying, and they got wings.
Measures in order
I
to
know it
preserve
goes against
customer
what it's supposed to
trust.
be,
To
but
stop the virus from
pretty good.
spreading in areas without drive-thrus, Todd turned the area into a mask-making factory and paid workers to make the masks. Raising Cane's was named the best fast casual dining establishment
I did not know
for
that.
the COVID-19 response as a result of their commitment to safety. Despite the difficulties, Todd's dedication to his staff and their safety allowed Raising Cane's to avoid layoffs and closures.
Now, don't get me wrong. It depends on what part of the country you live in. But if you're working at Cane's, you ain't balling. And you got to work, cool. But you missed out, wasn't it like $4,500 people got a month or something like that?
We conclude our
Could have sat home and played Call of Duty.
journey through the incredible truth about the history of Raising Cane's. It's clear that Todd Graves and his friend Craig's perseverance and dedication paid off. Despite facing initial rejection and skepticism, they remained committed to their dream and created a fast food chain that is loved by many today. Their story is a reminder that with hard work,
What is the AI thinking? Is the AI like, oh, we're going to do a video about chicken wing or chicken fingers? Cool. Let's show some chefs making some fancy stuff with some red wine.
determination, and a willingness to take risks, anything is possible. So if
A
you
hunk of burning love.
have a dream, don't give up on it.
Shout
Keep
out
pushing
Memphis.
forward, and who knows, you might just create the next Raising Cane's. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for
All right, let's just go see how many videos this thing got real quick. 300, you don't know how many? 7,000 views. I'm going to get lucky to get 100. 7,000 on that garbage with 129 likes. Got to be fake. All right, y'all. I appreciate y'all stopping by. Thanks so much. Sorry the video is absolute trash. That's not my fault. I didn't make it. AI did. Anyways, love y'all. Peace out. I'll see y'all next time.